Holy crap, I love this game. Hello everyone, this is Heavy Arms Kai. I am in the Boxing Club Universe server right now playing, and I thought I'd just give you a little update of what we've got going on and what everybody's been up to. I've been playing with Fishy and Furrier's World, and we've got a little asteroid base going on here. Um, Pretty simple stuff. I'll back away really quick and show you what we got. Um, Made a simple platform and a room to store our stuff in. We've got a couple of, well, just everybody's like test beds for stuff. Like here's Fishy's grinder ship. It's a box with grinders on it. Yay. No, don't let me dog on Fishy too much. He does do a lot of work and helps us out. Here is a grinder ship. This is my version of a grinder ship that's armed up. Had quite a few of the SPRT guys raiding us and attacking our base, so we definitely have to make sure that all of our stuff is protected. Here is Furry Ears' Box of Death. He basically just wanted to make an attack ship, and I kind of helped him out a little bit and upgraded it so that it had better engines and all that good stuff. So we also were testing some timer blocks and all that, and seeing what we could do with these large bay doors, and managed to set up a trigger to open and close the doors. And I believe we programmed it oop, to use these little, what are they? Yeah, conveyor air vents. They are the corner ones. This is part of a mod that actually allows you to make these into corner ones. But yeah, you can see we made an interesting little hallway, and these are supposed to be set up to, whenever this opens, it sucks all the air out. But we were just screwing around in here, and hold on, let me close this really quick. Just screwing around in here, and are constantly getting attacked by all these red, like, enemies all over the place. So we had to make a few defenses, and let me really quickly go out and show you what I made. Alright, this right here is the asteroid we turned into our base. And like I said, we kept, oh, and captured ship. But this is the asteroid we turned into our base, and we keep getting attacked from the same spot. These SPRT raiders, the Argent Avis ships that can produce enemies, continuously send enemies towards us, and they'll sometimes just get stuck on the asteroid, and they're pretty easy to take out unless they end up going inside the base, and then they do a lot of damage. So in order to prevent that, because I have the energy weapons mod installed, I went ahead and made a few of these defense satellites right here. They're pretty simple, just heavy armor on the front, a thruster in each direction so I can maneuver them. I built this one to where it can latch onto our asteroid, to where it can be repositioned. You could actually take this and attach it to a ship and make it a kind of like a separate weapons platform. But there's a control seat inside, a few basic parts. We've got a beacon, there's the generator and all that good stuff in here. Uh, Pretty bare bones. I didn't want to make these too complicated because if they get destroyed, I don't want to worry about, oh my god, all that good stuff is gone. We also have the armored thrusters mod installed, and that's why we have these nifty looking like thrusters that are flush with the blocks. But yeah, I've got that version, and then I've got another version without the landing gear, and I pretty much just tucked it into a little nook here. And these laser weapons actually have a huge range on them. They're way better than the Gatling cannons. They don't do as much damage on impact, but they still, like, I've got 4 on this one and 4 on that one, so that's 8 in total to fire at any of those small little ships that these SPRT guys send at us. So they'll definitely do quite a bit of damage. Haven't seen them in action though, and I'm really hoping that the one regular sized generator is enough to keep all four on each of these defense satellites active. But I'll see. Like, hopefully we won't get too much damage. And then I've been getting bold, and I've been capturing ships. All these, well, that's an atmospheric lander from somebody just spawning in and leaving it. But like, I've been going to like the raiding outposts, and I've been going to the business shipment guys, and trying to, as best as I can, capture these ships whole. Now, it's a little difficult because you got to learn where their defenses are. You got to learn where their generators are. It's best to target the generators because if you can take those out, you can deactivate the entire ship and then just rebuild it how you want and bring it back home. This one's obviously taken a little bit of a beating. I added a couple of the extra engines to it. I think this is one of the mining transport guys. It's got four of these large cargo containers on it, and each one of those containers had a little bit of ore in it. Not really worth like the trouble of going to grab this thing, but still, it was fun to just attempt it. And I think I may actually make a gallery to where I can take all the enemy ships and just display them as trophies. But I've captured several of the Argent Avis guys, and broken them down to build my excellent, awesome large ship, which we will go to right now. Oh, really quick before I show that, these are those Argent Avis ships. This one actually is missing part of the cockpit because I kept getting sick and tired of like flying in and out of like just one small little block area, so I gave myself a large amount of room. But these things are pretty stacked with technology. Lots of good components that you can take apart. Obviously, I've kind of gutted the inside of this one, but when you're going to attack these guys, it's best to do it from the back thrusters. You basically are aiming for that point right there. There's a beacon that is right in between them, and it's the blind spot for all of the weapons on all these guys. To where you basically just want to go in full speed, fly in here, and then start cutting through. And right here's the hyperdrive, and then there should be a doorway like right here. And if you go through that, this conveyor will have a turret on it. So you just got to be careful of that. Make sure to have something to destroy that one turret. And then once you get that, the ship is pretty much yours because none of the other interior turrets can get you, and you can take down the nuclear reactor. To where they're pretty simple to capture as long as you just figure out their weak spot, which is behind those rear engines. So yeah, that's how you capture the Argent Avis ships. And like I said, they are pretty well armed. There's usually a machine gun right here and a rocket right here, and then another machine gun here and one on the other side. And I think the conveyors were down here. Yeah, these empty spots right here were also machine guns. So as long as you can get to this spot back here, you're going to be okay. And you'll get all sorts of technology out of these guys. But word of warning though, if you capture one of these ships and you want to take it back to your base and you have established base defenses, you have to make sure to hack every single piece of equipment in this. Otherwise your base defenses are just going to start destroying stuff. And what I mean by hacking is, say we have this air vent here, and I'll go into this. You can see where it says air vent over in the other side, the side of my screen, and it shows the components: the steel plates, computers, metal grids, and construction components. What you're trying to do is you're trying to break this down to where it has no computers in it. So right there. And once you do that, you can build it back up with the components you ground out of it, and now this is yours. And even though it was built by an enemy, you should be able to go onto the control panel and access it. And on the control panel page, you'll see which ones are red and which ones are blue like this. The blue obviously you can access, and the red are like still enemy controlled. So make sure that this list has all blue. Otherwise, your base defenses are going to start blowing up your prize, and you don't want that. So, oh, and again, hold on, let me fly over here. Alright, this is Fisherman's special little project. He wanted to make his own little hangar for his ships outside of our asteroid base. And this is his much larger scale mining vessel, which we really haven't needed to use these for quite a while since we got established, because all those ships that keep attacking us are giving us more than enough material to build with. But he tends to build big. He likes to put refineries on his mining ships so that they will go ahead and process the ore as he gets it. But it unfortunately makes his ships very large and slow. But I mean, that's okay. Like, I appreciate the fact that he's pulling in resources too. That's fantastic. And then, oh, I did not know it got damaged. But he followed the same like interior design as the doors that we have. You can only access it from the inside. I'll actually go in and show you. He did a dual airlock system, which I need to show him we have a mod that actually takes these airlock doors and doubles them up to where you don't have to do this. But, oh, hey, it's alive. I thought this broke. Well, that's wonderful. I thought our little fighter craft was dead, but it looks like it's not. Awesome. But yeah, this is the interior of his little cargo area. We have a heavy fighter in here that I built previously, and I guess Fishy's taking care of it. We'll have to go ahead and repair that up. There's lots of pieces that are missing off of this thing, and it's on fire for some reason. I'm just glad that's not getting worse. But yeah, he set up a control panel for his doors as well. Let's see. Yeah, works just fine. Well, ish. Why's that one not going? I don't know. I'll let Fishy know that that one's messed up and have him do some maintenance on his hangar. Close this up and fly through. Now my baby, my pride and joy that I've been working on. Alright, this is my, I guess, heavy cruiser. It's a 4-level ship. Has 6 of the large reactors in it. As you can see, it has all these large cannons, which I haven't gotten these to work properly for some reason. Like, you can load up ammo in them, but for some reason they refuse to fire. I don't know if you have to manually fire them or what. I also, since I love these laser weapons, I have loaded it down with a crap ton of them. It should have more than enough power. I just recently, tonight, started working on the bridge. It does look a little empty, but I plan on having command consoles, a chair for the commander, all sorts of instruments and readouts on the front up here. I have another one of those slanted air vents, and then if we go back here, I can actually turn off my jetpack now. This is one of those double like airlock things. Like, the other side just opened. We'll go in and actually see this thing function. This is actually one of the mods on the Steam Workshop, and I love it. But, okay. Come on. Nope, nope. Use the door. There we go. Closes one side, opens the other. And this will eventually be the captain's quarters. But I kind of have to figure out where everything's going to get placed. That's one of the issues with this design. But that's floor 1. Now let's go through here, use these again. There's like a sweet spot. Yeah, there it is. You gotta get like right in the corner over here to open these things. But yeah, I've got, I guess, level 1, or the bridge level, all pumped up, or piped up, so that once I get everything enclosed, I can get air in here. Now, I only have one level of the stairway done, but yeah, you can see a little bit better how these doors work with the windowed version. Alright, let's close that. And we have our stairwell. Are the lights good in here? I just added these earlier today. We have the corner lights mod, which those really need to be turned up. It is still pretty dark in here. And obviously I'm going to have to cover up the stairwell. But this will be extending two more decks below where I'm at right now. And let's open this. Got to cycle the airlock. This is fantastic. It's really saves space in your ships. And you can see we are in... This basically going to be the main deck of the ship. Have some internal defenses going on. The whole ship's going to be wired up with these things. I want to make sure that there's no spaces that are unprotected. And I'm not 100% sure if I'm just going to have these two stairwells. I may put one at the front of the ship as well, although that's only going to have like 2 levels to it, so I might not need them. You can see over here we have our shield generators. And, hold on, let me get my, tab. Yeah, these are the large shield generators, and then they have 4 shield flux coils and 4 shield capacitors. Shield capacitors obviously mean that they can hold more of a charge before the shields go down. I'm not 100% sure what the shield flux coils do, but I threw 4 of them on it anyways, and we've got 2 of these things on each side. I'm probably going to put another 2 of these on the lower deck, just so that we have more than enough protection. And as you can tell, all of the blocks are the light armor, except for like the main superstructure that I want to make sure survives. I'm trying to make all this the really strong armor blocks. Let's see, what else we got? I'm gonna have to activate my jetpack. I don't have all the walkways done yet. Yeah, here we go. We've got these panels right here covering our main generators, and there are 3 of the large ones on each side. Now, I do have the Azimuth's like generator and energy mod installed, but I've totally forgot about it, so these could look cooler, but right now I'm going with just the vanilla nuclear reactors, and all of those are piped up in the in-between of the ship with conveyors, and you can see where I'm hiding all the gyros. This middle part right here is going to be 3 blocks wide, and it's just going to be the center of the ship where I pretty much, it's going to be like the ductwork area of the ship. I can hide everything and make everything else look nice. But all this piping right here is leading over to those giant guns so that I can easily pump in more ammo as they need it. Just have one of my crew members go to the assemblers and make more ammo for them. These side areas right here are actually going to be side hangars, and recently I uploaded a couple of like pictures of these to Skype to show the boxing club, and Furriers thought that I was basing this off of the Battlestar Galactica, and I didn't even think about that, but yeah, it does kind of look a little bit like the Galactica design, which I wasn't going for, but hey, that's cool. And then the forward section of the ship, this is going to be all the living quarter space and the like processors, your refineries, and your storage areas. And then we also have this lower deck here. I guess this would be, what, deck 3? And not really sure what I'm going to do with this empty inner area right here. Haven't decided yet. Maybe cargo storage. And then we have our lowest deck right here, which, again, no idea. Maybe I'll just, whoever... wait, actually, I could probably make this a brig. That's an interesting idea. Because you can take those deck plates, and instead of finishing them... going through the... going through the stairwell. Yeah, you can take these... hold on. Damn it, come on. Yeah, you can take these deck plates right here, and instead of finishing them, they look like bars, so I'd use that to my advantage. But that's pretty much what's going on in the Space Engineers world. If you would like to join, I've been keeping the server up pretty much 24/7. The only time it ever goes down is pretty much for maintenance. I have to give it a rest every once in a while, just because it starts to get a little buggy after like 2 or 3 days of being constantly up, but it's usually only ever down for like an hour. Oh, and these slanted engines right here are also part of the armored engine mod. Yeah, these are level 2 large armored engines. But yeah, this thing, it's also pretty maneuverable, surprisingly. I've been adding a lot of mass to its design. Let me see if I can get in the cockpit really quick and at least show you how fast it can move. Alright, get in the cockpit. Yeah, it's still pretty maneuverable. I mean, that's pretty fast for a ship of its size. Now, I don't have all the thrusters pointing up and down. I've only got 4, well, that's 8 total of the small ones. But I plan on putting more like towards the front of the ship and the back of the ship, like around where the captain's quarters are. But until I get more of the ship actually finished, I can't really install those yet. So I won't have to worry too much about being able to maneuver up and down. I mean, hell, at least I can do that now and not have to worry about the ship flying off. But yeah, that's what's going on in Space Engineers, guys. Hope you enjoyed this update. If you want to play along, just log into the server. Uh, one word of warning though, the base is heavily defended over here, so you might want to wait until I'm on to at least allow me to add you to our group. Otherwise, you're going to get blown away by all of our ships. So, just a word of warning. But again, hope you enjoyed this update. Hope to play along with you. And peace out, guys.